Here we've got some words for you. So ramble, asset, confuse, engage, appreciated, jargon, digress. I'd like somebody to come and read the text with me. Good communicators have always been valuable for any business. When speaking, they are good at giving information. They don't their listener. They make their points clearly and try to avoid technical terms, abbreviations, or Furthermore, although they may and leave the main point, they will not and lose sight of their main message. Good communicators also really listen to people and take in what is said. So to sum up, I'd like to mention that really effective communicators who have the ability to, with colleagues, employees, customers and suppliers, are highly in business nowadays. So we've got to get those words. What are they? Well, they're those words at the top. Just have to put them in the right places, that's all. And then after that, we're going to read an article about communication in business and speak about some other words. So there should be quite a lot of vocabulary, I hope, for most people today. Just give you a quick preview. Communication, it's much easier said than done. Trust is key in an open organisation. Getting staff to talk to each other ought to be the least of your problems, but internal communication can be one of the hardest nuts to crack in business. Communication comes up in every department. The repercussions of not communicating are vast, says Theo Theobald, co-author of Shut Up and Listen, The Truth About How to Communicate at Work. Life would be insufferable. So, poor communication can be a purely practical problem. Gearbulk, a global shipping business with branches around the world, faced language and geographical difficulties, as well as a maelstrom of paperwork, mountains of paperwork, with up to 60 documents per cargo. It was a logistical nightmare to track and monitor jobs, while tighter security regulations meant that after 9/11, customs documents had to be ready before a ship was allowed to sail. It used to take a horrendous amount of time, with data entered all over the place, Word documents, spreadsheets, emails, says Ramon Ferrer, Vice President of Global IT at Gearbulk. We wanted an electronic system that streamlined our communications. Installing an automated system means data is now entered only once, but can be accessed by anyone in the company, wherever they are. Reporting is faster by a matter of months, says Ferrer. An operational team carrying a voyage all the way across the world doesn't always have to be talking to each other, and we don't waste time duplicating the same information. Given today's plethora of communication tools, it seems strange that we still have a problem communicating, but the brave new world of high-tech can create barriers. Senior managers hide behind their computers, staff use voicemail to screen calls, and employees sitting next to each other will send emails rather than speak. Managers should get up, walk around the office and talk to people. says Matt Rogan, head of marketing at Lane 4, a leadership and communications consultancy. Face-to-face communication can't be beaten. Communication tools can be hero or villain, depending on how they are used. Email is a great displacement activity, says Theobald. If you leave the sound on, the temptation is as great as a ringing phone. People will interrupt meetings just to check their emails. He recommends checking email only 3 times a day, allocating a set period of time to deal with it. Another bugbear is simply hitting the reply all button, bombarding people with information. We had unstructured data coming at staff from left, right and centre, leaving it up to individuals to sort out, says Gearbolts Ferrer. Our new system has reduced emails and changed the way that people work. It will remind you about workflow. Information overload also means people stop listening, but there may be a deeper reason why a message fails to get through, according to Alex Haslam, Professor of Psychology at Exeter University. Everyone thinks a failure to communicate is just an individual's error of judgment, but it's not about the person, it's about the group and the group dynamics, he says. Just training people to be good communicators isn't the issue. The problem is that employees develop common loyalties that are far stronger than the need to share information. This can even extend to questions of safety. In the mid-1990s, there were a lot of light air crashes in Australia because the 2 government departments responsible for air safety weren't communicating, says Haslam. The government was trying to save money and both groups felt threatened. The individuals were highly identified with their own organisation and unwilling to communicate with the other department. A company is particularly at risk when cost-cutting is in the air. Individuals withdraw into departmental loyalties out of fear. Sending such people on yet another how to communicate course would be pointless. Instead, Haslam believes that identifying the subgroups within an organisation and making sure each group feels valued and respected can do far more to encourage the sharing of information. The key to communication, he says, is trust. You need to trust your colleagues to give you the right information at the right time. The question, why wasn't I told, is a sign of lack of trust. The sign of a highly functioning organisation is one where very much information is sent around. Unfortunately, that's the same for a really bad functioning one. But there is one clear difference in the former. Listening is likely to be a common activity. For truly great business communication, you need to listen as much as talk. Hopefully, you will then be able to spot potential problems before they become serious issues. Up to the top. This is first. So, okay then. Who's here?
Hello.
Hello. I recognise that voice. Hazel. Yes,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Are we all on the mic, everybody here? Keen, are you on the mic? Raphael, great to have you here. Although you're not, are you? So there's room for you, Raphael. Okay, we're going to try and fit up the words, but let's see what they mean first of all. So Hazel, I think you know what they mean, don't you? Can I just check you there? Look at the words in the brown box and tell me if you know them all, please.
Yes.
So what I'd like you to do is explain one of them at random, and then the other people can tell me which one you are speaking about, because we need to know all of these words.
To be bewildered, to mistake one thing or another.
Yeah, so everybody say the word that Hazel is speaking about here.
Confuse.
Confuse.
Yes.
Good. Okay, and who said the answer?
Excuse me.
Yeah?
May I ask what does it mean, confuse?
Well, confused, if you're confused, you don't know what you're doing. You really don't have much idea about what you should be doing next, and you don't understand things very well. You're wandering around like a headless chicken, thinking, What am I going to do? I don't know. I can't understand this. You're confused.
Oh, thank you.
So now, do you know any of the other words, man? Ramble, asset, confuse, engage, appreciated, jargon, digress.
I know engage and I know appreciated.
Choose one of the words you know and describe it for me, and everybody else will tell me which word it is.
Appreciated is like you are thankful for something. Like when someone other one did something for you and you are like appreciated.
So
like
what is the appreciated thing? So appreciated is an adjective. So can you make a sentence with appreciated? So I could say your gift was very much appreciated. Can you give me one of your sentences, appreciated, in a sentence?
You can say appreciated, appreciate what you did, but I'm okay.
Yeah, you're mixing a verb and the adjective, and I would like a sentence where you stick with the adjective appreciated. So I appreciate that very much. That's a verb. But can you make a sentence with appreciated?
I appreciated your offer.
Ah, yeah, that's a verb still. But can you make it with an adjective now? So if I say I appreciated your offer, it's the past tense of the verb. I appreciated your offer. Can you change that round and make an adjective? Your offer was very much appreciated. That's a kind of verb too, actually, but sometimes appreciated could be an adjective. But we're using it as a verb now. Okay, can you anybody, let's go back to Hazel. Hazel, are you there? Can you try another one?
Another word?
One of the words, yeah, another one we haven't spoken about, but don't tell us the word, of course. Listen, yes. Man, she's not going to tell us the word. We have to know the word. So Hazel will just speak about the word.
A plus, useful quality, something appreciated. Or
something which is worth something for a company, and it's recorded in their books as something having value.
Yes, valuable quality anyway.
Anybody? Which word is it? Is it ramble, asset, confuse, engage, appreciated, jargon, or digress? Say again, Hazel.
Asset?
Asset, yes.
Asset, yes.
And we have fixed assets as well, don't we? And assets are recorded in accounting. Yeah, Man, can you try the next one? Don't tell us the word this time, please. Just start speaking about the word, but don't say the word.
It used to take an amount of time with data entire all over the place, Word document, spreadsheet, and email, say Roman Ferry, Vice President of Global IT.
No, just a moment. You're reading, though. You're reading. I want you to take... We haven't finished the words at the top, Man. So let me ask... Well, Hazel's done two. I want somebody else. Who can do one, please? Who can describe a word from the top? Maybe Talita, can you try?
Yeah. Is a slang used for a specific group of professional in the same way.
Start again, the beginning part that you said at the beginning. What did you say at the beginning?
I will describe a word. It's correct?
Yeah, you're describing one of the words, and I missed the beginning because I heard a specific group of professional people, and I think I know the word, which might be that, but I missed what you said at the beginning. So start again. Say the beginning again.
Okay, it's a kind of slang used for a specific group.
Jargon.
Kind.
Yeah, it's a bit like slang. That's the word I couldn't hear. Slang. Yeah, jargon is the word, isn't it?
Jargon.
It's really slang is an interesting word because I think the word slang is misunderstood and has different kinds of feelings about it. So some people use the word slang in a situation where I would never use the word slang. I hear lots of people on the internet saying, I want to learn some more slang. And I think, oh, don't learn too much slang, learn some good English. And then I see the English they're learning, and I don't worry because it's not slang at all. It's just informal speech. And for me, there's a big difference between slang, informal speech. So phrasal verbs, for example, and little idioms are not slang for me. Yeah, jargon, good one, jargon. So can you give me do you know any jargon, Talita?
In English, no.
Well,
Only
maybe you have to say not just in English, but maybe in printing or in farming, or, well, not farming, maybe something like football or something like that has slang. For example, there's a term in football, if I say, it's not really slang as such, because I think even my mother would know it. It's not jargon either. He scored, I think this is a common word, but it's jargon in a sense because it's related to one topic, but it's not jargon in another sense. So does anyone know what it means? He scored a hat-trick.
No.
No.
No, sorry.
Well, the famous hat-trick in the English team was scored in 1966 when they won the World Cup, and it was Jeff Hurst who scored 3 goals in the same final, or the same match. If you score 3 goals, the same player scores 3 goals in one football match, they say he scored a hat-trick. And it comes from the idea of putting your hand into a big top hat and pulling out a big bunny rabbit, like a magic trick.
Yes, like a magician.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
But it's not jargon really, because do you know why it's not jargon? It's jargon in one sense. It's half jargon because it's related to football, but that doesn't make it jargon. So I wonder if anybody can tell me anything which is real jargon.
Is it, I'm sorry, jogging, is it like walking but in slowly movement?
No, ramble is walking slowly. Jargon is, or ramble could be doing things in a roundabout kind of indirect way, beating about the bush, not being straight to the point. That's rambling. Jargon is something related to a certain group of people, and they will know the word, but outsiders might not know. So we don't use these kind of words. So when you are in a group of people and you use a word which is a kind of in word used in the group, well, I would say it's not really English in the sense that it's part of the language. It's just jargon, words for a certain group, more of a closed-in group, and you shouldn't use them.
Is it like try to hustle?
No.
No, that's just informal. Those kind of expressions are not jargon because they are part of the language. So this is one of the confusions, actually. I think I have to do a lesson about vocabulary and the different levels of formality, because beginners in English tend to focus on 2 levels only, and they don't see the middle ground area where they need to be, and they see slang, very informal language, which they still have a problem with because they don't know what it is, and some of it is very the kind of language you don't want to be using, and I've heard people using it because they think it's cool. So that's a problem that some people have. And then another problem is that they think that everything else is very formal and too formal and a bit la-di-da, I'm the queen kind of speaking, you know. But That's not the case. There's a lot of it, layers and layers of language. So I wonder if anybody knows any jargon. Well, that's an interesting question. Leave it open at the moment. All right, now let's get on with the exercise, otherwise we won't even do the reading. So we've got to get on with this exercise. Now, I'm going to ask Hazel not to read at the moment because I'm going to try and pick on some other people here. Amra, Aid, are you there? Hello? Are you on the mic there? Ah, he's muted. You have to unmute. Man, don't mute him if he's not making a noise.
No, I just want to give him, like, you know.
Oh, you're trying to put him back on. I see. Okay, yes, because I don't think we can though. Yeah, he's not there. If you're not here, I'm going to boot you out of the room because I need people who are in the room and speaking, okay? So please try to unmute yourself quickly, otherwise you'll be gone. Because we need people in the room. Otherwise, the room gets a bit clogged up. Who knows what clogged up means?
Is it like busy?
Clogged up is not just busy. Clogged up. Do you know, Hazel?
Like the blood when is that doesn't flow.
It sounds a bit like that. It's clotted and clogged up are very similar.
Yes.
Clotted and clogged up. Clogged up means that there's people in the way, not really helping, but just blocking.
Yes.
And we don't want that. We want 8 people talking nicely. So you'll have to be out of the room in a moment if you're not talking. So I'm going down to Keen. Are you there? Keen, Gulmar? No, you see, we've got people who don't understand that you can actually just watch from outside. So I'm sorry, boys, you're going to have to go and watch from outside if you can't speak on the mic. Get it sorted for next time, please, because we need a busy room full of people here. So, last chance for you. Keen, are you on the mic? Keen? No. So, another one's on his way out. We need people in the room talking. I don't mind if it's not full. I just want people participating. Okay, Man, you're on the mic, so can you start, please?
Sure. What word do you want me to...
So now, well, we've done the words, I think. Well, tell me first of all, have we done the words? Are there any words there you're not too sure about? You can ask Hazel about them. Ramble, asset, confuse, engage, appreciated, jargon. We've done jargon, we've done appreciated, we've done confuse, asset. Are there any words you don't know there?
Digress.
Digress. Hazel, digress, please. Can you tell us about that word?
When you don't say something directly, you may digress when you explain something. Or if you walk and you don't go straight or ahead, you digress on that street. You wander from a direct or straight course.
Yeah, so they say it's allowed to do this, but you must get back on track quite quickly. Sometimes it's quite interesting for people if you digress, but you must focus again and come back. Don't ramble for a long time.
Yes.
Okay, so, Man, are we ready to start reading the text and putting the words in?
Yes.
Try the first one. You try the first sentence, please.
Okay. Good communicate have always been fallible.
Now, good communicators have always been valuable.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, Talita?
Rainbow and grass is synonyms.
Not exactly. Synonyms in a way, but you know, the first thing with that word synonyms is to realize that it doesn't mean they're the same. And some synonyms are closer than others. So, yeah, they're kind of speaking about similar things, but so they are similes in a sense. But when we asked that question, are they similes? You didn't ask me actually. You said you made a question. You said ramble and digress are similes. You're making that question statement form. So you should really ask me: are ramble and digress similes? That's a question using an R. A kind of modal question form. Well, they're not exactly. Hazel, can you tell me any difference between those two?
When you digress, you return to your direction. When you ramble, you move aimlessly or without destination.
Exactly right. Yeah, very good. Yes. So digressing is actually not considered too negative per se. You can do it. We all do it all the time. But we know we are slightly off topic and we're just saying something. Oh, by the way. Yes. Have you seen John today? No. He was in the last lesson. Oh, well, then back again. That's just digressing. Short digression. But rambling is when we just talk about any old thing and we don't really have any purpose at all. So they are different. So, Man, what's the word that you're going to use? It's got to be a noun. Are they all nouns? They're not all nouns, are they? Digress is not a noun. Digression is a noun. So I know we need a noun because a valuable something. So look, tell me which ones are nouns, please, man. Is ramble a noun?
No.
No, it's a verb. Ramble.
No, it's a verb.
To ramble. Is asset a verb? To asset? No. Asset is a noun.
It's a noun.
So
Confuse, I think it's noun.
No, confusion is a noun.
It's a verb.
Oh, okay.
Engagement is a noun, so that's a verb. So we haven't got many nouns there. So this is easy. So which one is a noun?
Is it engage?
Engage is a verb.
No.
So we don't. So a noun would be engagement. So we only have, as far as I see, we only have two nouns, and one of them is uncountable. So we've only got the choice of one grammatically. So only one word actually fits. Do you see the countable noun?
Digress.
Digress is a verb.
Oh.
So it can't be that. So look for jargon. It can't be because we don't have a valuable jargon. Jargon is uncountable, and it's not valuable that much. So find the noun, please.
Is it appreciated?
No.
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 So
Adjective.
Talita, what is it?
Oh, I thought this is appreciated. So
It is asset.
Asset.
No,
asset.
asset.
It's the only one that has a double fit. First of all, valuable assets, or a valuable asset. It's the only one that fits grammatically, because we know it's got to be a countable noun. Okay, so Talita, can you try second sentence?
What? Sorry.
So we read, good communicators have always been a valuable asset for any business. Next sentence, please.
When speaking, they are good at giving information.
And the next one. Yeah, they don't. Please, Talita, when you say the word don't, try not to say don't. Try to say don't. They don't.
Don't.
It's the difference between phone, like, oh no, mobile phone, don't, oh, and clock, dog, oh, dog, don't. So don't, they don't. They don't what?
They don't.
They don't.
They don't.
So find something we don't want to do. Well, we don't want to ramble, but it's not good grammar, is it? They don't ramble their listener, because we can't ramble a listener. We can. Confuse, yes.
Yeah.
Confuse. Stress on the second syllable. They don't confuse their listener.
They
Right.
don't use their list. Right.
So, Amir Aid, can you carry on there, please?
Are you talking
Yes,
to
sir.
me?
Yeah, well, you've done yours, Talita. That's good. They don't confuse. So now, Aid, can you do the next sentence? Do you know your place? They make their points.
They make their points clearly and they try to avoid technical terms.
Technical, technical terms.
Technical terms.
Yeah.
Abbreviations or I think
Now we need
A noun.
a noun, yeah. And we also know that it's not countable.
And it's one more only. Unused.
So we were talking earlier about it, a noun which is not something positive for meetings because it's words which are only understood by a small group of people.
engage,
Jargon,
Jark.
jargon,
jargon.
jargon. Okay?
Okay,
Do you know this word jargon?
No.
Jargon, well, I need some examples of jargon because I know what it is, but I can't think of real good examples of jargon. And actually, the problem is, if we have a good example, you might not even see that it's a good example because you'll think, what's that then? But maybe there are some good examples that we do kind of know. I'll have a look later. Jargon words are used by people in a certain job or place, and only they know it. Or they use that word, but other people don't use it. A bit like science, but science is special and not quite the same. In science, if we use a word like density, it has a special meaning. And if we use a word like, well, lots of words in science have a meaning which is special for science. But that's not really jargon because science is part of the world. But if it's
terms, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
anyway, jargon is that. So technical terms are jargon, really, in a way. Some technical terms. So, like, example of computer jargon, IMHO. Yeah, that's not computer jargon, is it? That's kind of social media jargon, really. But that's not even jargon. That's got another name. Those are kind of shortcuts. Some of those are rather annoying, actually, aren't they? I think that they're only really okay if you have a mobile phone, but you really shouldn't text them from a keyboard, I think. That's my opinion. And some of them are really a little bit too trendy and annoying. But yeah, they're not really. It's not jargon though. There's a special word for that kind of stuff. They're kind of when you have letters meaning something, short forms in letters, acronyms. But they're not even acronyms, are they? They're special. They're social media rather than computer. Because when you say computer, you're thinking more about information technology, that kind of thing. So it's not computer jargon, it's more internet social media. So now, let me go on. Manel, are you on the mic?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, good to hear you again, because you were in some of my lessons earlier. So now let's continue. Have you got your place in the text?
Yes.
Furthermore.
Yeah. Furthermore, although they may digress and leave the main point, that's all.
Carry on.
Okay. They will not ramble and lose sight of their main message.
Good. Okay, continue please, because I want to move on a bit. Let's do a bit more. You're reading well. So good communicators.
Good communicators also really listen to people and take in what it's said. So,
What is said, and take in what is said. Yeah, read it. Read that sentence so that it's the intonation is a bit more there. So have a look at that sentence again. Good communicators also really listen to people and take in what is said. Try and get a little bit of intonation into that whole sentence, please.
Okay. Good communicators also really listen to people and take in what is said.
Good.
So to sum up, I'd like to mention that really effective communicators who have the ability to engage with colleagues, employees, customers, and suppliers are highly appreciated in business nowadays.
Yeah, some pronunciation, ability, and appreciated. Don't put too much ability. Try to say ability. And where was that other word I was looking at just now? Just lost it. Hold on. Yeah, I can't remember now which one it was. Good communicators also really listen to people and take in what is said. So to sum up, I'd like to mention that really effective communicators who have the ability to, what was that one?
Engage.
To engage with colleagues, employees, customers and suppliers are highly appreciated in business nowadays. Great, okay, good work. Sum up. To sum up means to summarize, to précis everything, make sure that you just give... there was an idiom of communication in one of my lessons before about nuts. Hazel, can you remember it? Hazelnut?
In a nutshell?
That's the one. To put it in a nutshell is to sum up.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so let's get on to the main article. Communication. It's much easier said than done. So, I'll go back to you, Hazel, and ask you to read the first bits. So maybe the first two there. Could you read those two?
Sure. Trust is key in an open organization. Getting staff to talk to each other ought to be the least of your problems, but internal communication can be one of the hardest nuts to crack in business. Communication comes up in every department. The repercussions of not communicating are vast, says Theo Theobald, co-author of Shut Up and Listen, The Truth About How to Communicate at Work. Life would be insufferable. Poor communication can be a purely practical problem. Gearbulk, a global shipping business with branches around the world, faced language and geographical difficulties as well as maelstrom of paperwork. With up to 60 documents per cargo, it was a logistical nightmare to track and monitor jobs, while tighter security regulations after 9/11 meant customs documents had to be ready before a ship was allowed to sail.
Okay, that's good for now. So, yeah, let's have a look at this then. So, trust is key in an open organization. Now, hardest nuts to crack. If that's a metaphor, hardest nuts to crack. So, if something is a tough cookie or a tough nut to crack, what are we speaking about?
It's difficult.
Yeah, it's a way of speaking about problems.
Yes.
It's a tough nut to crack. So, yeah, right. Now, just with what's on the screen there, just in those two, can you describe a word?
Okay. When you dream something bad at night.
Is it actually on the screen in the chat? Is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm looking. Because I thought about...
Nightmare.
Yes, nightmare.
Ah, yes, it's not on my screen at the moment, but nightmare. Okay, good. Now, I'll do a word. Can you all shout out the word, please? This is something that, a bit like karma. You do something wrong in your life, and later it bounces back at you and knocks you over, maybe.
Repercussion?
Repercussion, yes, good. Right. Okay, so let me move the text on the screen a bit there. Insufferable, yes. So, poor communication, 9/11 meant customs documents had to be ready before a ship was allowed to sail. Right, let's go down to here. It was to take a horrendous amount of time. It used to take a horrendous amount of time. So that will be, for the next reader, will be Man. Can you read for us, please, Man?
Okay. It used to take a horrendous amount of time with data entered all over the place. Word documents, spreadsheet, emails, say Roman Per, Vice President of Global IT at Kirpolek. We want to electronic system that
Streamlined.
streamlined our communications.
Communications.
Insulting at automatic system mean data is now entered only once, but can be accessed by anyone in the company wherever they are.
Okay, just a moment there. I'd like to try and get that sentence there from installing all the way to the end of that sentence. Really good. So let me read it once and see if you can read it. By the way, I forgot to mention, Hazel, when you said staff, I couldn't quite hear the difference between staff and stuff. But Hazel, could you just say those two words, staff and stuff?
Staff and star?
Staff and stuff. One with an A and one with a U.
Yes, staff. I don't know the difference.
One of them has a kind of...
Staff and staff, yes. Staff and staff.
Yeah, actually the first one, staff, has two kinds, has that double vowel possibility, like grass, castle. So it can be staff or staff, but stuff, yeah. Okay. Now, Man, I'd like to try and copy this sentence here. Just a moment. This one. I'm going to read it and then look at some words. So installing and automated. Here, we don't want to say auto. We say automated with an A. Installing an automated system means data is now entered. Entered. Only once, but can be accessed by anyone in the company. That's I keep saying about these words. Anyone in the company, wherever they are. So could I hear, Man, just reading that sentence again?
Okay. Insulting or...
no, not insulting. If you say, you fat pig, that's insulting.
Okay.
Installing an automated system.
Any automatic?
Not automatic, automated. So,
automated.
It's very interesting because we've done lessons about this, parts of speech lessons, changing words. The vowel sounds often change. So whenever we change a word, so we have automatic, automation, we go to A, automated. Installing an automated system means data or data, but I say data, is now entered only once, but can be accessed by anyone in the company, wherever they are. Once more, please.
Installing.
Perfect.
Any automatic system mean
now,
data.
Let's can you say automatic and automated?
Oh, sorry. Automated and automatic.
Yeah, automatic is with the IC at the end, automatic. And this is automated.
Automated system means data is now entered only once, but can't be accessed by anyone in the company, wherever they are.
Okay, yes, that's better. So just one more thing, I'd like to read this sentence. I've just put it in the verbaling chat. Could you read it for me?
Okay. The entire room entered through the window.
Perfect. Yes, that's right for entered. The entire room entered through the window. Yes. I mean everybody in the room, the entire room, everybody in the room, I should say, entered through the window. Okay, good. So Manel, back to you again, just for the short one, because so reporting is faster. Can you read just that one?
Okay. Reporting is faster by a matter of months. Says
Go back to months.
months.
Yeah, not months, months.
Okay.
So reporting is faster by a matter of months.
Okay. Reporting is faster by a matter of months. Says Ferrer.
And I would say says here, because we, you know, we say I say, they say, she says. So when we put the S on the end, it changes the vowel sound to says Ferrer.
Says Ferrer. An operational team carrying a voyage all the
Voyage,
way.
not voyage. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Voyage. Voyage.
Okay. Okay, there. I'm sorry, I lost the screen. Okay, voyage all the way across the world doesn't always have to be with each other, and we don't waste time duplicating the same
Now,
information.
don't phone. Oh no, don't waste time duplicating.
Okay, and we don't waste time duplicating the same information.
Right. Okay. Choose a word from it and describe it for us.
Okay. It's like a trip.
Voyage.
Voyage. Okay, voyage. Good. Voyage.
Voyage.
Good. Now, so let's go on to given today's plethora. That's a massive lot of complicated possibilities. So now I'm going to look for the next person on the list. Talita, are you still there? Can't see you, but you're there, aren't you? So it's your turn with just that one paragraph, please, from given all the way to the end of the paragraph there.
Given today's plethora of communication tools, it seems strange that we still have a problem communicating,
yes.
But the brave new world of high-tech can create barriers.
Barriers, yes.
Barriers. Senior managers hide behind their computers. Staff use voicemails through screen call, and employees sitting next to each other will send in mail rather than speak.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing actually, because I've worked in offices and I actually recommend that people do the opposite to this text. I think that there is a case for sending emails to somebody who sits opposite you. He says here that you face-to-face is what it's about, and I understand what he's saying. Can anyone speak about that? Let me ask you, Talita, do you think that it's always a bad idea to send emails to people even though they're sitting opposite you at work? Is it always best to go face-to-face?
Yes, because if you are next to a person, it's better than you speak face-to-face than send an email, because have I don't know, maybe the person who received the email don't understand very well that what you want to say. You know, face-to-face have intonation, so it's different.
Well, I think that sometimes face-to-face is good because you need to know people and you need to speak to people, but in the general kind of run-of-the-mill working situation, does anyone know what I mean, run-of-the-mill?
I don't know, I don't follow you.
It's just normal. It means a run-of-the-mill is just a normal thing, normal. you know, you don't want to disturb people all the time because they're all busy working on projects and spreadsheets and difficult things and accounts. So if everybody's speaking face to face all the time, then everything becomes a bit disorganized. So I actually recommend sometimes sending emails. But here they speak about not sending emails and speaking face to face. But emails keep a record as well, I think. So I actually agree with emails sometimes. Now, Talita, choose a word, please. Oh, but before you do, I want to say something about 2 words. Can you say those 2 words?
Word? I don't know the difference, sorry.
Well,
Word?
actually, I love the way the Scottish say the first one with their little. It's one of those where they have 2 kinds of R sounds. One is a rolling R, and they would say
Word.
the world. But I don't even have an R at all, and so my R doesn't exist, but as a R, but I say world and word. So is like bird. So the first one is like a bird, and the second one word. They both
Word.
like bird. World, word, world. The only difference is a soft l.
L.
World, and so there's not a l, like a l, like lemon, leg, but there's a lud. World.
World.
Old.
World.
It's like old. Maybe if you say old at the end instead of d, word. Yeah, so the word has got a d, like percussive d. Word, but world has a l, d, old, like world.
Bold.
World,
Bold.
word, word.
Oh, ai! Word. Ai! Nossa.
Yeah, you're changing the vowel a little bit though, because they've both got the sound, world and word. So
World
they both have
and
the same sound, world and word. So can you say, for example, where were you during World War One? Can you say that?
Where were you during World War One?
Yes, where were you during World War One? Good. Okay, can you choose a word to describe for us, please?
Is something that we are doing here in this class.
I think I know, yes. It's the main thing that the whole topic of this is about.
Communication.
Communication, is it?
Communication.
Communication. Yes, okay. Great work. So let's go back to the beginning. Amra, are you there? And yours will be managers should get up. Can you read that, please?
Okay, you can say
Managers, yeah.
should get up. Should get up.
No, say get instead of git, because git can sound a bit nasty.
Get up.
Say get up. Don't say get up. It sounds like you're speaking to, you know, kicking your camel or something like that. Say get up. Get.
Okay.
So
Manager
get.
should get up.
Yes.
Walk around the office and talk to people. Say
Now, yeah, walk round. If you say walk round, you can say like walk round the office. Okay.
Okay. Says Matt Rogan, head of marketing at Lane 4.
Not Len. This is A.
leadership.
This is Lane. Lane, not Len. Len sounds like a man's name. Lenny. Len. This is Lane. Lane. A. Like the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Lane. Lane 4.
Lane 4. That's okay? Lane
Well,
4.
not quite right. I'll give you a sentence. Say the sentence I just said. Say the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Can you say that? The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Can you say it? All right.
in Spain.
Yeah,
Rain.
you're too eggy. You're too air. You need to a. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. A.
The rain is the rain.
Can you hear your sound? Is too air. You're saying the rain. I want the rain. The rain in Spain.
Rain in Spain.
Getting better. Falls mainly.
Rain in Spain.
Now I can still hear a little bit like a wren. It's a kind of bird. I want rain. Rain.
Rain. Rain.
Yes.
Rain.
Rain.
Rain. Rain. Rain.
Okay. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. That's it.
Okay. Head of marketing at Lane 4.
I think you need to go away. You need to go and practice that A sound on your own because you're going back to Len 4 a bit again. So now what I need you to do is I'm going to give you the practice with recordings. So just a moment. I'll try and give you that one. It's called the train page. If I can just get it to go. Yeah, it's loaded up quickly in Chrome. Let me see if I can get it onto my screen here. One moment. Aha. Doesn't want to do that, does it? Why not? Let's see, just a minute. Yeah. See if it loads. It might not. Okay, I'm a guest again. So this is my book here. With practice for this sound, and this sound will really do you good. Rainy day in Spain, and that. Do you know what that fruit is called? How do you say that fruit?
What is?
Can you see my fruit on the screen?
Apricot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called an apricot.
Apricot.
Not apricot. 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 Yes.
Apricot.
And that's brilliant. I love the "o" at the end. That was nice. Apricot. That was perfect. Whoever said that "o" at the end. Apricot. Yes. So the "o" sound is quite a bendy little sound, and it changes in different accents. But I could clearly hear it there. The apricot. Yes. So this page that I've sent the link for has got lots of practice sentences. I'll just tell you a few quickly because we're not. This is a kind of is this a ramble or a digression?
It's a digression.
It is. I'm digressing.
Yes.
And what's that doing on there? Why are they here? For this sound A.
Baby.
Baby. Yes.
Baby. A baby.
And why is that there? Ace.
Ace. Aces.
Train. So we've got all of these words here with their stress patterns. Aviation, train, paid, rain, pay, acre, able. Then we've got a little poem. So Hazel, can you read it?
An amorous couple in Spain set about making love on a train, but their pleasure was marred cause a tiresome guard, when they wouldn't refrain, pulled the chain.
Yeah, that's a bit naughty, that one, isn't it? But it's not too bad. An amorous couple in Spain set about making love on a train. It's not to be recommended. You can get arrested for that kind of thing. But their pleasure was marred because the tiresome guard decided to pull the chain. It's not. It should be when a tiresome guard. Perhaps it's a bit wrong. I need to fix the ending. Look. So, and then I've got an ASCII art I'm collecting. There. What is it?
So it is a train.
Train, yeah. And then we've got the Scottish flag. On a rainy day, it's good to stay indoors. And we've got American and English there. So we've got all of these practice sentences. His face showed his pain. The train came to the main station. Okay, that's the end of the digression. So I've got every one of these pages for all of the 44 basic sounds. So now we've digressed and we're going back to horrendous, install, reporting, plethora. Where are we? Lost my place now. Communication tools. Yeah, communication tools. Yeah, managers. Here we are. So can you finish that one then? Face-to-face communication can't be beaten. Let me, Aid, can you do the next one? Communication tools can be. Can you read on?
Communications tools can be hero or villain depending on how they are used. Email is a great displacement activity, says Theobald. If you leave the sound on, the temptation is as great as a ringing phone. People will interrupt meetings to check their emails.
Yeah, and he recommends checking emails only 3 times a day. This is, I don't know whether I really agree with all of this business. I think that we have different ways of making sure it's not a problem. And yeah, I don't like email notifications though. I really take his point there about, I used to work with in a company and I had Pegasus and a big flying horse used to come flying over in the middle of my work and I would answer it and it wasn't for me, it was a group email and about something in the social group or something. So it's a waste of time. But does anyone here have notifications settings on their email? How do you check yours, Hazel?
Oh, once or twice a day.
Me too. I prefer to go and check. I don't like being notified.
Yes, because it's annoying if you are notified all the time.
Yeah, I think so.
Email.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So let's go on to man again. Another bugbear. Do you know this word, man? Bugbear?
No.
Well, it's if you don't like it, it's a bug and bear. I can't bear it.
For children. Yeah. An imaginary monster, I think.
Yeah, something like that, isn't it? It's something bad. Yeah. So, man, let's read about another bugbear.
Another bugbear is simply hitting the reply all button.
Reply, I.
Reply all button.
Bombarding
people.
Bombarding people, yes.
Bombarding people with information. We had unstructured data coming at stuff from left, right, and center.
What do you think that means then, man? Guess what that means. We had unstructured data coming at staff from left, right, and center.
Not organized.
Yeah, disorganized, coming from all over the place, left, right, and center. So read on.
We had just unstructured data coming at stuff from left, right, and center, leaving it up to individuals to sort out, say, Gear BlackBerry. Our new system has reduced emails and changed the way people work. It will remind you about workflow.
Okay, great. We have to leave it there. There's a lot to go. Let me just have a quick look to see how much there is. Well, a bit more to go, but I think I might look at it again, but I think we'll find something else to read soon. But anybody who wants to continue reading it, I'll post the link at the end of the Hangout before I close it down. So, and don't forget the Facebook Verbling students, so that if you've got any questions about anything we've done in class, then www.f Facebook group, and then Verbling students, just for my questions about anything related to English in the group. And I'm just going to add about 6 more people here. So I'm going to post that too, and then I'll say goodbye all. So thanks for coming, and see you next time.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
There it is.
Thank you.
See you all.
Bye.